Hey guys, welcome to the 102nd C# tutorial that I'm making for the new Boston. And in this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to use the property grid control. And basically, the property grid control is just exactly like this property panel over here. You can select and scroll through everything. It's the exact same. So all you're going to need for this tutorial is a button, something for a person's name, something for their age, and something for their email. You're also going to need to have a class called person, and inside of this class we have 3 properties, one for name, one for age, and one for email. So when the user clicks the button, it creates a new person, and with the name Adam, with the age 15, and the email, that email. And then it calls the reload method, and this will just basically set all those properties to the text box is text. So let's just go ahead right here and test this out. Click this button and it will just basically load all these properties into these text boxes. Yep, the name is Adam, age is 15, and the email is, that's the email. Alright, so say you had a much larger class with a lot of properties, something like a control class mainly, like the text box class that obviously has a lot of properties inside of it. So you wouldn't want to have to create a text box for each property. That's just too much work. So what you can do is you can use the property grid control. So in order to use the property grid control, just go ahead and go over to the toolbox and drag a property grid over to your form. And as you can see right here, it looks just like this property panel. So it's the exact same. And if we want to set what thing you want it to read the properties from, you can go here in the code. So once it creates the new person, we're going to have it say property grid 1 dot selected object is the property, and it says right here gets or sets the object for which the grid displays properties. So whatever object we want it to read properties from, we're going to set it equal to, and we want it to read from the properties class or the person class that we just created. So we're going to say P. So now when we debug here and click this button, it's basically going to create a new instance of the class and then load all the properties for that class inside of this control right here. So we should see name, age, and email right inside of the control that we created. We have the age displayed, the email, and the name. Perfect. And if we edit them, such as we wanted to change this to something different like Bob, then it will save it. We just can't see it yet because we didn't tell it to reload this. So once we're gonna tell it to, once it raises the event that we change a property, we want it to reload all the properties into the text boxes so we can see that it changed. So just select your property grid right here, go over to the properties panel, go to the events, scroll down until you see property value changed, and just double click on that. So now when a property value is changed, it'll do this code. And we just want it to call the load method or reload method, and this will basically just set the text boxes equal to the class's properties so that we can see if it actually changed the value of the properties in the property grid. So now we're just going to create a new person. Yep. If we change this value, we should see a change in this text box as well. Change this to Bob, click away, and yep, Bob. Change the email to something different like Joe. Oops. And yep, change the email to Joe. Now, you don't have to just limit yourself to classes that you create on your own. You can also set them equal to things that were like on the form, such as controls. Like if you wanted to mess with this button right here, we can just select this, go back to our properties panel, scroll down to selected object, and select our button that we created. And now, as you can see, all of our options for the button, or the properties for the button, loaded in this property grid right here. And yes, we can edit them while the program is running. So if we wanted to change, I don't know, the back color to something different, like that, yeah, you can see it changed right there. Change the text as well, like load, changed it in real time. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this tutorial on using the property grid control. So, see you guys.